Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Cragen coming to you with some very exciting news. The honors program is finally getting its own curriculum. This is something that Dr. Tillman and I have been working on ever since we took over the honors program in 2016. We're finally going to have a unique honors curriculum just for honors students. So I'm going to detail that in this video. And hopefully this will answer most of your questions, and we will be talking about this pretty constantly over the next little while. So, what's happening? Just to make this clear, here are the current honors requirements for students. Obviously, you have to take the 5 honors courses. You can meet those requirements through honors tutorials or studying at Oxford, which counts for some of your honors courses. And even completing the thesis can count for some of your honors courses. So that's the current kind of base requirement. We, of course, added the 100 ACE points per year as a requirement. So this is something else that's part of the honors program and a requirement to graduate with honors program distinction. Then there's the 3.5 GPA that you have to maintain. So you have to maintain that 3.5 GPA throughout your time in the honors program. And finally, right now, just as of the last couple of years, we've made a thesis optional. So you can actually complete an honors thesis. All of this, of course, is just kind of baseline requirements for the honors program right now. So what's going to change? How is this going to look different? As I noted, the honors program is getting a curriculum, and this is genuinely a curriculum, and it will in fact be replacing the baccalaureate experience for our students. So what stays? First of all, the 100 ACE points per academic year is staying, right? So this is still your requirement to attend the honors symposia, to participate in honors activities, and to do service. That is staying. The 3.5 GPA requirement is also staying. So both of those are not changing. That's 2 of the requirements are staying. However, the honors-only curriculum is going to replace the baccalaureate experience, and this will eventually replace Spartan Studies, which is going to be the new gen ed that's coming in a few years. So what is this going to look like? I created a diagram just to kind of help illustrate this. I like kind of visual representations of things. So there are some similarities with the baccalaureate experience that won't change dramatically, but there are a lot of changes. So to begin with, all honor students are going to have to still take Honors 101 and 102. That's not going to change. They will still take AWR 101 and 201. That too is not going to change, and everybody's going to have to take a math class. So all of those criteria that are basically part of the baccalaureate experience, those are not going to change, and those pretty much should be done in the first year. We're referring to these as the fundamentum, right? So this is kind of the building blocks laying the foundation for the honors curriculum. The second piece, which is very distinct, and this is exclusive to the honors program, includes 4 pieces, but it's really 6 classes, right? And I'm going to walk through these. Basically, we have 2 pieces here. The 3 over here, these 3 classes, are going to be team-taught interdisciplinary courses, and that's literally what the course is called, is where have we been, where are we now, and where are we going. When we say team-taught, they're going to be team-taught by somebody from the natural sciences, somebody from the social sciences, and somebody from the arts and humanities, and they're going to address those questions, which are really big questions, from a variety of different disciplinary perspectives. So you may have, for where have we been, a physicist in there, working with a psychologist and somebody from English and writing, addressing this question broadly, where have we been? So that's 3 classes that you'll take that we're referring to as the dialectics. And then we also have 3 idea labs. And the idea labs are basically kind of investigations into specific topics. They look a little bit more like kind of traditional natural science, social science, or humanities classes, except they will have a scholarship component. So you will be taking some idea and investigating it under the tutelage of the professor of the course. So that makes up kind of the core of the new honors curriculum, is what we're calling the dialectics and the idea labs. And then the apicem, or the top of this, right, so the kind of culminating experience of the honors curriculum, is the honors thesis. This is going to become a requirement for all honors students that you complete an honors thesis. Collectively, this is going to total somewhere between 44 and 48 credit hours, which is roughly the low end of what the baccalaureate experience currently requires students to take. Right now, the baccalaureate experience can range anywhere from about 42 credit hours if you perfectly navigate through all of the kind of pieces, all the way up to about 75 credit hours if you're not able to double dip. So it's right around the same range for the low end. But this is generally what the new honors curriculum is going to look like. I want to address a couple of questions. So there are some questions in here that may be kind of useful for you to be aware of as you think through whether you want to be part of the honors program with this new curriculum. If you are a current honors student, what does this change mean for you? Well, as is often the case when we change curriculum, you will be grandfathered in under the old system. So you will continue under the old requirements. You'll be taking the 5 honors courses. You'll do the 100 ACE points. For some of you, that may not apply. And then maintaining the 3.5 GPA and the thesis is still optional. However, something is going to change. Okay. So there are some changes that you need to be aware of, and this is why we're making this video. During the transition, all of those old honors courses, the Social 100 honors, the political science honors courses, all of those courses are going away. Okay. We had to figure out a time to make that clean break, to make the transition between the old curriculum and the new curriculum, which means the new honors curriculum will be the only honors offerings from fall 2021 into the future. None of the other honors courses that used to be around will be there anymore. They're all gone. That said, the new honors courses will still count toward the baccalaureate requirements. So if you were to take an idea lab, a social science idea lab, that will count towards social science credit. If you were to take one of the dialectics courses, we have figured out a way to actually allow that to count for either a social science, a natural science, or an arts or humanities course. So we have figured out a way to make this work. You can still take these courses. These courses will count toward the baccalaureate requirements. So you can still do that. And in fact, we really, really want you to take these courses. The courses are new. They're kind of the first rounds are being developed here. And we're excited to roll these courses out. They should be really cool and innovative. We've actually been piloting one of these for a while, one of the dialectics that's a team taught course. So basically, we want to encourage you to take these. And to facilitate that, we've made one other change that is going to affect current honor students. And that change is that tutorials, honors tutorials, will now only be allowed for students with 90 plus credits. So basically seniors. So if you're currently a sophomore, moving into your junior year, you still have, let's say, 3 honors classes that you need to take. We want you to take some of the honors classes in the new curriculum. If you're not able to fit some of those into your schedule, then your senior year, once you have more than 90 credit hours, you can in fact do tutorials, but we don't want anybody else doing tutorials. We want to push you towards taking the courses in the honors curriculum. Yeah, so that wraps up the changes for current students. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to the honors program. So first of all, some details. First year students will focus on taking AWR 101 and 201, math, and courses in the major. They cannot take the dialectics courses or the idea labs until they have completed Honors 102. So Honors 102 is in fact a prerequisite for all of the dialectics courses and all of the idea labs. And there's some logic and reasoning behind that, which we're happy to address in a different forum. But this is a requirement. So first year students will focus just on those, on the fundamentum, right? Before moving on to the dialectics and the idea labs. The thesis, as noted, will be required of all honors students. So right now it's optional. That will not be the case under the new curriculum. It will be a requirement for all honors students. Students who are bringing in credit, either AP credit or dual enrollment credit or even transfer credit, they can transfer in credit for 2 of the 3 idea labs. They cannot transfer in credit for all of the idea labs, and they cannot transfer in credit for any of the dialectics. So the dialectics cannot be transferred in. They are very unique courses. And this is actually very similar to the baccalaureate experience right now. With the baccalaureate experience, you can't transfer in your writing intensive credit. So it's roughly the same in that way. A couple more details and then we'll wrap this up. If you leave the honors program after starting the dialectics, right? So if you just do the fundamentum and then you decide to leave, all of that will transfer directly over into the baccalaureate experience and nothing really will have changed. So you'll just be part of the baccalaureate experience. If, however, you start in on the dialectics and the idea labs and then decide to leave the honors program, here's roughly how this is going to transfer out. For every dialectics course that you take, you'll receive 2 natural science, 2 social science, and 2 humanities or arts credits. So that'll transfer out as basically the equivalent of 6 credit hours. Okay. For idea labs, those will transfer out equivalent. So if you take a natural science idea lab, it'll transfer out as 4 natural science credits. If you take a social science idea lab, same, and humanities, same. So each of those transfers out as 4 credits in the respective areas. If you take all of those, so the dialectics and the idea labs, and then decide that you don't want to do the thesis, you will have to take an additional 3 natural science, social science, or humanities or arts courses to complete the baccalaureate experience. Those can't be part of your major. So those would have to be specific courses that are kind of part of the general education at UT in order to do that. Anyway, this hopefully addresses most of your questions. We're very excited about this. This is a best practice in honors programs. Honors programs really should be designed to have a unique educational experience that is enhanced for our very best and brightest students. And that's what we've been working for the last 4 going on 5 years, is we've been trying to create this curriculum. We finally got it passed, and we're very excited to see this roll out. And if you have questions, of course, you can reach out to Dr. Tillman or myself, and we're happy to answer any of those questions.